Hi and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Felicia here with another video. So what we're going to do today is a fall daytime glam. I haven't had a full face of makeup in a while, so let's get into it. I'm going to prime my face with the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. This is a great primer for the cooler months. It moisturizes your face, revives it, so that's why I like to use it. And I'm just applying that all over my face. The foundation that I'm using is the Hourglass foundation stick, and the color is golden tan. I'm just putting and I'm going to use my Real Technique beauty sponge to blend that out. So once I got to my forehead, my foundation was starting to dry, so I used a brush to kind of blend it out. And I took that brush and just worked it around my whole face just to make sure that everything was blended out and smooth. I like a skin-like finish when I do a full face of foundation, so I really take my time and make sure I get everything blended. And I'm gonna go over my face one more time with my Real Techniques beauty sponge, just hitting those little extra spots to make sure everything is blended. Now I'm using my CoverGirl True Blend Concealer, and the color that I use is Golden Amber. And I'm also use this concealer to just highlight my face. And I'm using a smaller Real Technique sponge to blend this concealer out. So one thing I noticed about this concealer is it does dry down really fast. And it is a matte, it does dry into a matte. So you don't really have to let it sit like you would with other concealers. And as you can see, that foundation, that concealer started to dry down on my forehead. Tried to wet my sponge a little bit more, but that really wasn't working. That foundation, that concealer had dried. It wasn't budging. So what I did was I took a little bit more of that concealer and just applied it to my forehead because it wasn't blending. So I just added a little bit more. And it blended right on out. So I added a little bit more concealer under the eye, just because I did see some few dark spots, so I wanted to make sure I got all of that blended out. So another tip for the winter months is use a setting spray that has maybe like a glow effect after you've applied your concealer and your foundation, and that helps to kind of give you a little glow during these winter months. Now it's time to get started on these eyebrows. And I'm using my NYX micro brow pencil. I don't really have a certain technique. I like my eyebrows to look natural, so I just kind of follow the natural line and just fill in and define my shape. I don't do too much, nothing major or special. Just about the same technique on my other eyebrow. Like I said, I just follow my natural shape and fill it in. So now I'm going to use my Mellow Brow Gel. The color is dark brown. And I like to take my time to try to give me some hair-like strokes. I also like to use this brow gel because it kind of keeps your eyebrows in place throughout the day. So now I'm going to set under my eye with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I try not to use a lot, and I like to press that powder in. by pressing it in, it kind of helps with flashback. So now I'm using my e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. Go ahead and prime my lids. Just blend that primer out on my lid. Using another one of my small Real Technique sponges. So I'm using my Sassy Siennas by Dose of Colors. And the first color is So Sassy. And I'm applying that just as my transitional color. So the next color I'm using is Bossy, and I'm going to be using that color in my crease. I got this palette with my October BoxyCharm. Just going to blend that out. So now I am using Foxy and applying that on my lid. This is a beautiful palette for the fall months. And this palette is also great. It's all matte. So it's really good for a daytime look. Next, I'm going to be using Brassy and just popping that on my outer corner just to give the eye some definition. It's been so long since I wore eyeshadow. I'm gonna have to practice up. But I think it came out pretty good. Next, I'm going to use my Butter London palette. And I'm using Diva. And I'm just going to pop that in to my inner corner. Now I'm going to use my eyeliner pencil. That is the Black Radiance eyeliner pencil. I am not great when it comes to doing cat eyes, so I keep it really simple. So now I'm going to set my entire face with my Ride or Die, my Fenty Beauty setting powder, and honey. And I like to use this stipple brush so I can really press that powder into my skin. And next I'm going to take just a regular powder brush and brush off any excess. So now I'm using my Benefits Hoola bronzer. And it kind of got a little heavy on one side, but I'll tell you how to fix that. Give me a second. So yeah, if you go a little heavy, just take your face powder brush and just go ahead and brush that all the way through. And kind of blend it and break up any hard lines. And now I'm taking a smaller brush and just contouring my nose a little bit. So that side of my nose just couldn't get it together. So handy dandy face brush. I'm telling you, any little mishaps you have, a little extra blend won't help, will help. Now I'm using my favorite Milani blush, I'm sorry. And I love this blush because it's like a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight all in one. Just one of my favorites, and this color is gorgeous. And it really went well with the eyeshadow. So now I'm checking everything out. And I'm going to set my face with the matte setting spray this time by e.l.f. to make sure everything stays put. Now I'm going to apply my mascara, and I like to apply my mascara after I spray my setting spray so that it doesn't smear or smudge and mess up my makeup. So that's a tip. Setting spray and then mascara. Now I decided to be a little extra. I'm using the Tarte Big Ego mascara. So I'm just being a little extra today and putting a few extra more coats on it. Now I'm adding some brown eyeliner. That is an e.l.f. eyeliner pencil. I didn't use black because I wanted to keep this look a little soft. Again, it is a daytime look, so even though we glam, we still want to keep it a little soft. And now I'm using my Hank and Henry Dual Mascara. I'm just going to pop that under my eye. So now I'm using my Steve Laurent, another BoxyCharm item, lip liner. And the color is Vogue. This is also a great color for the fall. I love this liner. It's becoming a go-to. So this is the Milani Amore Matte, and once I put it on, I was not really feeling it, so yeah, we're gonna scratch that. And I'm just taking a little concealer under my lips to fix where I wiped my lip color off because it was smearing. It almost just wrecked the whole face, y'all. Just blending that out and covering where that lipstick smeared. Another tip. So we're going to try this again. I'm going to use the same liner. And I think this time I overlined my lips because I knew I was about to go back to my basic self. If you do not know by now, I am a nude lip, a pink lip. I will do a red every now and then, but I like nudes and pinks. So I'm using another BoxyCharm item, and this is the Odessi High Definition Liquid Lipstick. Unfortunately, I can't give you the color. And then I'm popping a MAC lip gloss over it just to give it a little bit more. And this is the Nymphet lip gloss by MAC. And here you guys, this is the final look.